everyone. Welcome back to English Flow Podcast with Class. My name is Despina.
And I'm Orus. We're really happy you're here with us today.
Yes, thank you for listening, watching, and learning English with us.
Today we're talking about something very real and very important.
Something that almost everybody experiences at work.
Yep, today's topic is asking for help at work.
Honestly, this is such a useful topic for English learners because sometimes people know basic English, but they feel nervous asking coworkers for help.
Oh yes, I've seen that many times. People worry too much. They think, oh no, what if I sound stupid?
Exactly. But asking for help is normal. Even people with perfect English ask for help every day.
I ask for help all the time.
You do.
I really do. Last week, I asked my manager how to fix the office printer.
Oh no, not the printer drama again.
That printer hates me.
Printers hate everyone, honestly.
True. Very true.
Before we start, let's introduce ourselves a little for new listeners.
Good idea. I'm Orus. I live in Chicago, and I work in a small marketing company. I drink too much coffee, and I'm always late on Mondays.
At least you're honest.
What about you?
I'm Despina. I live in Seattle, and I work as a project coordinator. I love reading books, drinking tea, and making lists for everything.
She really does make lists for everything.
I do. Yesterday, I made a list for grocery shopping, and then I forgot the list at home.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. It was very embarrassing.
Well, today we're going to talk about how to ask for help at work naturally and confidently.
We'll share stories, examples, and simple English phrases you can use in real life.
So grab your coffee or tea.
Or water. Stay hydrated.
Yes. And let's begin.
Okay, Orus, let me ask you something. Do you like asking for help?
Honestly, no, not really.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes I feel awkward asking people questions, especially when everyone looks busy.
Oh, wow. I understand that feeling so much.
Sometimes I stand near someone's desk for like 30 seconds.
Waiting for the perfect moment.
Yes, I'm like, should I ask now? No. Maybe now? No.
That is so relatable.
And then finally I say, hey, sorry to bother you.
Why do we always start with sorry?
I don't know.
But honestly, asking for help is part of work life. Nobody knows everything.
Exactly. Even experienced workers ask questions.
Especially at a new job.
Oh, yes. Starting a new job can feel scary. New people, new systems, new rules.
New passwords.
So many passwords.
Seriously, one time I forgot my password 3 times in one morning.
That sounds stressful.
It was. I had to call IT support, and I felt so embarrassed.
But did the IT person seem angry?
No, actually. He was super kind. He said, "Don't worry, this happens every day."
See? That's important. Many workers are happy to help.
Yes. People usually understand that learning takes time.
Especially if you're new.
Right. So let's talk about simple ways to ask for help politely.
Good idea.
One very common phrase is, "Can you help me with this?"
Simple, easy, natural.
Another good one is, "Could you show me how to do this?"
I like that one because it sounds polite and professional.
Yes. Or maybe, "I'm a little confused. Can you explain this to me?"
That's a great sentence for beginners.
And sometimes honesty is best.
Definitely.
You can say, "I'm still learning."
That sentence is powerful.
It really is.
People become more patient when they know you're learning.
Exactly.
You know what? I remember my first office job.
Oh no, story time.
Yes. Prepare yourself.
I'm ready.
So, my manager asked me to send an important email to a client,
Okay, sounds normal.
but I accidentally sent the unfinished version.
No.
Yes, the email literally said, "Hello, Mr. Thompson. I will finish this later."
Stop!
I'm serious.
That is amazing.
I wanted to disappear.
What happened next?
I panicked. I thought, I'm going to lose my job.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Then I walked to my coworker's desk and said, "Hey, I made a mistake. Can you help me fix this?"
Good.
And you know what? She smiled and said, "Relax. We've all done worse."
That's comforting.
Very comforting. Then she helped me write a follow-up email.
See? Asking for help solved the problem faster.
Exactly. If I stayed quiet, the situation would become worse.
That's such an important lesson.
Sometimes people avoid asking for help because they feel embarrassed.
But staying silent can create bigger problems later.
Yes, especially at work.
Communication matters so much.
Let's hear it.
At one of my old jobs, I had to use a computer program I didn't understand.
Oh no.
Everyone else seemed so fast and confident.
That's the worst feeling.
I know. I sat there pretending I understood everything.
Pretending to work.
Yes, I clicked random buttons and looked very serious.
That's hilarious.
Inside, I was completely lost.
So what did you do?
Finally, after 2 hours, I asked my coworker Melissa for help.
What did you say?
I said, "Hey Melissa, do you have a minute? I'm having trouble with this program."
Nice. Very natural.
She came over and explained everything in 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yes, I wasted 2 hours because I was afraid to ask.
Wow, that happens a lot.
It really does.
Sometimes asking one small question can save hours of stress.
Exactly.
Another important thing is timing.
Oh, yes. Timing matters.
If someone looks extremely busy or stressed, maybe wait a few minutes.
Right. Or ask politely first.
Like, "Is this a good time to ask you something?"
Perfect sentence.
Or, "Do you have a moment?"
Very common in offices.
And if they're busy, don't take it personally.
Exactly. Sometimes people are just focused on deadlines.
Right, it doesn't mean they dislike you.
That's important for shy people to remember.
Definitely.
Let's do a little role play.
Okay.
Imagine I'm a new employee.
And I'm your coworker?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Excuse me, Orus. Do you have a minute?
Sure, what's up?
I'm trying to enter this customer information, but I think I'm doing it wrong. Could you show me how to do it correctly?
Of course. Let me see your screen.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
No problem at all. See this button here? You need to click this first.
Oh, okay. That makes sense now.
Yeah, the system is confusing at first.
Thank you so much for helping me.
Anytime.
See? Short, simple, polite.
And natural.
Sometimes people worry about their English when asking questions.
Yes, especially English learners.
But honestly, clear communication is more important than perfect grammar.
Absolutely.
If your English isn't perfect, that's okay.
Most people care more about understanding you than judging you.
Exactly.
I once worked with a guy from Brazil. His English wasn't perfect,
but he asked questions confidently.
That's great.
And because he asked questions, he learned very quickly.
Confidence helps so much.
Definitely.
You don't need complicated English. Simple English works.
Like, can you explain this again?
Or, I didn't understand that part.
Or even, can you speak a little slower?
That's a very useful phrase.
Yes. Don't be afraid to say it.
Let's talk about difficult coworkers for a moment.
Ooh, interesting topic.
Because not every coworker is warm and friendly.
Sadly true.
Have you ever worked with someone impatient?
Oh, yes. 100%.
Me too.
I once had a coworker who answered every question with one word.
That sounds uncomfortable.
It was. I'd say, "Can you help me with this file?" And he'd say, "Yep."
Just, yep.
Just, "Yep." Then silence.
Wow.
I never knew if he was angry or just tired.
Some people are not very expressive.
True.
But even if someone seems cold, try not to feel discouraged.
Good point.
Stay polite and professional.
Exactly.
Sometimes people are stressed because of work pressure or personal problems.
Right. It may not be about you.
And if one person isn't helpful, maybe another coworker will be kinder.
That's smart advice.
What?
At my office, there's always one person who knows everything.
Oh, yes. Every workplace has that person.
The office superhero.
Exactly.
Ours is named Linda.
What does Linda do?
Everything. Nobody understands how.
Amazing.
Computer problem? Ask Linda. Broken coffee machine? Ask Linda. Printer issue? Linda again.
She sounds powerful.
Honestly, I think Linda secretly controls the building.
That's possible.
One day I asked Linda, "How do you know all this?"
What did she say?
She said, "Because I ask questions."
Wow, that's actually a great lesson.
Right? Even the smartest person asks for help sometimes.
Nobody learns alone.
Yes, very important.
Simple appreciation can build good relationships at work.
Exactly.
You can say, "Thank you so much."
Or, I really appreciate your help.
Or even, "That was very helpful."
Small kindness matters.
Definitely.
I remember helping a new coworker once.
Mm-hmm.
A few days later, she brought me coffee and said thank you again.
Oh, that's sweet.
It made my whole day better.
People remember kindness.
Okay.
Imagine your manager gives you instructions, but you don't understand them completely.
That happens all the time.
What should you do?
Ask questions immediately.
Exactly.
Don't pretend to understand.
Yes, because later your manager may ask, "Why did you do this wrong?"
And then you'll say, "Because I was scared to ask questions."
Which is not a great answer.
Nope.
A better response is, "Can you clarify something for me?"
Great phrase. Very professional.
Or, "Just to make sure I understand."
I use that one a lot.
Me too.
It's polite and careful.
Exactly.
You know what else helps? Taking notes.
Yes.
Write things down when people explain something.
That shows responsibility.
And it helps your memory.
I forget things very easily, so notes save my life.
Same.
Sometimes I nod my head like I understand.
Uh-oh.
Then 5 minutes later, I'm like, wait, what did they say?
Same here.
So now I always carry a notebook.
Smart.
Another thing people struggle with is asking for help remotely,
Oh, yes. Online work can feel different.
especially sending messages on Slack or email.
Sometimes people overthink every word.
Totally.
They type a message, delete it, type again.
That's me.
Same.
But simple messages are usually best.
For example, "Hi Sarah, could you help me with this report when you have time?"
Nice, clear, and polite.
Or, "I have a quick question about today's meeting."
Perfect.
You don't need super fancy business English.
Simple communication is often better.
Let me ask you something, Despina.
Okay.
What's the hardest part about asking for help?
Good question.
Thank you. I worked very hard on it.
I think the hardest part is fear.
Fear of what?
Fear of looking inexperienced, fear of judgment, fear of bothering people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But honestly, asking for help often makes you look responsible, not weak,
That's true.
because it shows you care about doing the job correctly.
I agree completely.
Okay, quick challenge.
Oh no.
I'll say a work problem, and you answer with a good question for help.
All right, let's do it.
You don't understand the schedule.
Could you explain the schedule to me?
Nice.
Thank you.
You forgot how to use the copy machine.
Can you show me how this machine works again?
Perfect.
Easy.
You didn't hear your manager clearly.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Excellent.
I'm good at this game.
You are.
I think beginner English learners should practice these phrases out loud.
Definitely. Speaking practice matters.
Even practicing alone helps.
Yes. Talk to yourself in English.
I do that sometimes in my car.
Really?
Yeah. One time someone looked at me strangely at a traffic light.
Because you were having a full conversation alone?
Yes, I looked crazy.
But honestly, that's great practice.
It really helps confidence.
Before we finish, let's share one final piece of advice.
Good idea.
My advice is this: don't wait too long to ask for help.
That's excellent advice.
If you're confused, speak up kindly and early.
Mine is, remember that everybody starts somewhere. Every expert was once a beginner.
I love that.
Nobody walks into a new job knowing everything.
Exactly. Learning is normal.
I think so too.
We talked about useful phrases,
Funny work stories
nervous feelings.
and scary printers.
Yes, never trust office printers.
Never.
To everyone listening, remember this: asking for help is not a bad thing.
It's actually a smart thing.
You learn faster, communicate better, and build stronger relationships.
And your English improves too.
Exactly.
Thank you all so much for spending time with us today.
We hope this conversation helped you feel more confident speaking English at work.
Keep practicing a little every day.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Mistakes are part of learning.
We'll see you next time on English Flow Podcast with Class.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.